All right, seventh grade. So today we're going to look at the first source on your sourcing. I wanted to walk through what this kind of chart sort of means, give a little bit of explanation, and then leave the questions as well as source B up to you. So as with yesterday's lesson, you'll see we have a source, we have another source, we have guiding questions for both, and then after that you'll find all the way at the bottom is your exit ticket, as well as your CHQ, as well as the criteria to do well on the exit ticket. So going back up to source A and a little bit of explanation. When we're talking about what sharecropping is, we would have these freedmen, these freed slaves, that have a bunch of experience being able to work farms and land, but that's about it. So naturally, for them to make money and to be able to try to build a life for themselves, they would need to use their skills that they had. So they would try to use it for land. Now, as we just learned about from the video and some of the stuff we've seen, most of the plantation owners that might have been their former masters owned this land. So in order to use the land, they would have to enter a contract. Now that contract might say that, uh, you know, this freedman may use the land to grow cotton and corn, and they can rent the supplies for money. And then once it's all done, once the season happens, they would give, say, let's half of the cotton and a third of the corn to the landowner, and that would be the payment. What would end up happening, though, is they would rent the property with what little money, or they would go into debt for it, say, like, I will give you this after I pay off my share. What happens if the cotton doesn't grow? Maybe it rained too much. Maybe it didn't rain enough. And suddenly, when they were banking on, let's say, 1,000 bales of cotton, they get 500. Because of that, they still have to pay that same percentage, though. So if they're getting half the cotton regardless, and the other half is going to the landowner, if that cotton that they give to the landowner isn't enough to pay this part off, they have to then go into debt. And that debt has to be paid off. They can't leave, they can't do anything else until they pay off their debt. And so what would end up happening is they'd have to enter a new contract. And then that new contract would continue this cycle over and over until they could maybe work their way out of debt. So that's a brief explanation of sharecropping. Go ahead and answer those questions that you see, complete the exit ticket, and you got this.